Hello and good eye, all our BravHos out there. You've got your BravHos, your ladies in the living room, Laura and Kristen. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Laura.
How are you today?
I'm very good. Enjoying this gorgeous day.
Oh, it is a beautiful day here in the Northeast. The humidity's finally calming down, but
thank God.
I'll tell you where it's heating up in Bravo land.
Yes, it is.
Heating up. We got a lot to talk about. We're here to break down the Real Housewives of Orange County, which was on last night. And we have some stuff to talk about. Beverly Hills, little Sandoval action, little Emmy nominations. There's a lot happening. So let's get going. Let's go. Hey, Kristen.
Hi, Laura.
Oh, my God. What's happening?
A lot of news came out this week, right? Oh, my God.
I mean, listen, I know the Bravoverse has a lot of news always brewing because
there's always something
there's
going on.
always action. But
it's never boring.
Our boy Mauricio, a.k.a. Maurice, a.k.a. Hot Lips, Hot Lips Umamsky.
Hot Lips? Is that going to be his new nickname?
Hot Lips. We're going to call him Hot Lips. Oh, my God. So, mystery woman in Mykonos. I wonder if she's a Greek lady.
I wonder. Or is it that they just met up to have a vacation there? That's what I'm thinking.
Well, wait a minute.
Whoever this lovely lady might be.
But it did look like she was there picking him up. Like she, they.
Okay.
I didn't see any suitcases. Mauricio did have his backpack on.
He did. Unless
I don't know.
She's just got some second home there, or no,
or maybe they just got off another flight and they were like, "Oh, look, there's a paparazzi. Let me put down all my bags and let's give you a big wet kiss."
So much to speculate.
So, are they done? Are Mauricio and Kyle finally done? Is it over?
This is it.
It's over.
Dunzo.
It's over now.
Dunzo.
So her dating Morgan Wade for the last year.
That's coming next.
But I mean,
because she hasn't officially said it.
No, but
with Morgan.
Come on. Do you and I go and snuggle nose to nose in a restaurant? Do I have a big K on my left breast? No. I don't know if her Morgan's M is on her, or is it the other way? Does she have a K on her? I don't know. And I don't know where the tattoo is. But quite frankly, she's got a type too.
A K on Morgan's wrist, I think.
So if I get a K on my wrist, then, our husbands are going to be like, all right, what's going on, girls?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Although, good for them. Just, Kyle, let us know. It's been a year plus.
It has. Yeah. Wait. It was actually a year ago right now that I think the separation was announced. Wasn't it last?
Yeah, because it was on Buying Beverly Hills, which I love.
Oh, yes.
I love that show. Love.
That's a great show.
It was great. And it was all about because they were talking about this and everything. So, I don't know. We got to keep our eyes on Hot Lips.
We do. And who this mystery woman is.
I'm
sure we're going to find this out soon.
And Mykonos. I mean, come on.
I know.
It's hot in the hot tub. That's all I'm going to say.
Things are sizzling.
All
My
right.
feeling is that Kyle's probably not thrilled about this.
She did something on her social media, and I don't know. It was sort of something cheeky. I didn't see it. Mm-hmm. Something maybe in response. Who knows? I'm sure it was something, very subtle.
I'm sure it was subtle.
And under the radar.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, listen.
But they're taking their steps.
Yeah,
they're separated. He got his own place.
Exactly.
They're living separately.
Oh, they are living.
Yeah, he got an apartment. He bought an apartment in Los Angeles somewhere, in Beverly Hills, I think.
Cool.
But he did get his own place. They're still very amicable. They still post family pictures together.
No, it's great.
So it's an amicable situation. They're co-parenting, I think, very well.
Yeah. And they don't really have anyone little anymore except for Portia.
For Portia.
But she's kind of right on the cusp there. All right, we're going to keep our eyes on, like I said, Hot Lips Umamsky.
Yep.
And all right.
Love that name.
All right.
So we want to talk Vanderpump stuff?
Sandoval.
My goodness.
Will it ever end?
No. And I feel so bad for Ariana.
Will it ever end? Listen, I have this to say. Let me say this before we get into the whole thing.
Yeah.
Ariana's being sued 20 Ways from Sunday. And you've made it when? Everybody wants a piece of you.
Everyone's coming for her.
Everyone wants a piece of Ariana.
Yes.
Because she's making millions. Listen, let the woman live. So, okay.
She's on top of the world right now with her career.
Exactly. She's
I think.
Broadway. Okay.
She's sizzling.
She is hotter than hot.
She's hotter than hot.
jump
Exactly.
back, kiss myself.
I know.
She's got James Brown hot.
Yeah.
She's that hot.
She's that hot.
So let's talk about. So basically, Tom, this lawsuit had come out, and it was suing her. That was just yesterday. He was
accessing videos,
right? That she basically had an unauthorized look.
Yeah,
at that she sent those out without his knowledge when she found the FaceTime video of him and Raquel doing naughty things on their mustn't touches on the videos.
That was the first revelation of what was going on.
Yes, when she found it, when it dropped, he dropped it during Tom Sandoval's the most extras performance. He dropped, and then somebody came over to Ariana and was like, "Here's Tom's phone," and then she was like, "Something told me just to look in the phone," and then boom,
yes, she's
got a spread eagle shot of Raquel, aka Rachel. So anyway, that's comes out that he's suing her, but then last night
he did a reversal.
It was a reversal of fortune. He said, no, I don't know he came out and said, no, I'm not suing her. I didn't know.
It was a miscommunication, or maybe it was a misunderstanding, I should say, between him and his lawyer, who he fired.
Who I have to say, though, I noticed that the lawyer's name was Matt Garagos.
Okay.
My little spidey sense is tingling and tells me that is Mark Garagos's. It's got to be his son. Mark Garagos is he's done a million big cases, and the name Garagos is not like Smith.
That and not a common name.
He represented Michael Jackson in that whole trial. Oh,
you very well could be right here.
I think it's probably someone related to him, whether it's his son or a nephew. Who knows?
Okay.
But I just thought that was interesting.
Okay.
So he's got some big guns. If he's got Garagos in his corner there, like I don't know how the most extras all the ticket sales are paying for these lawyers, but anyway, so he let them go and he takes it back.
Yep, and he just wants them to move on with their lives.
You know what?
So
I'm glad.
You know what I think?
I just want it to end.
Sandoval isn't the brightest bulb on the tree.
Nope.
So this really might be the case.
He's like a strand of dead Christmas lights. There's like one at the end that works and flickers, but other than that, the guy is
probably talking to him. He was going,
"Oh
yeah, okay, good, go ahead."
Yeah. So there was the sue, not sue. So and suing. Let's talk about Ariana and Katie.
Sue number 2
getting sued
in the same week.
So it's the something about her.
Yeah.
So basically,
the former COO.
Yes.
Penny. Or
head
Penelope.
of culinary. But basically, they had her on an episode. Do you remember that?
Yes.
They had her on an episode. She's making all the sandwiches for New Yorkers. Sandwiches. She's making them all in the back.
Yeah.
So she was involved, and they promised her 10% of the business in a partnership.
Yeah.
If I guess if she put in, and helped create something about her through the food, which it seems that she did.
Right.
So now she's suing them because I guess they didn't get paid.
Now, here's the other
She
thing
didn't
too,
get
though.
paid.
They let her go, or they separated.
It wasn't
do you know
clear.
Anything about that?
It wasn't clear. But I will say,
what happened with the D partnership of that? And
what do you mean the D?
Like she was sort of like a partner in with them,
right?
Per se,
right?
And then they unpartnered. So what happened there? And she has a very good friendship, I think, or a good connection with Lisa.
Yeah, well, she's Lisa's person.
Okay, so she's her person. Lisa must have brought her in.
There you go.
They pushed her out, or they exited her out, and that is, I think, causing some tension between Lisa now, Ariana, and Katie.
Well, you're right, and I think that's why, because everybody, I see like just in comments and online and things like, "Where's Lisa? Why is Lisa not promoting something about her? Why is she?"
I don't think she's even gone.
Well,
or she hasn't made a promotional appearance yet.
She went on the show when they were doing like. They just had the space and they had
in the early stages. Yes. But once it launched.
Right.
She thought, LVP would be there.
Yeah, but she has not been there.
No.
And I think this is why, because Penny is her person. And by the way, we don't know all the ins and outs. All we know is what we know, which is Are they being sued, girl?
Yep, because she's entitled to her 10% of whatever that is.
Who knows what the deal is? But again, Ariana, you've made it when everybody wants a piece of
Yeah.
Everybody
so
wants a
it looks like the sue by Sandoval is not happening. The sue by Penny is happening.
Exactly.
So there's at least
they're
one
up one.
valid
They were up
suing
two.
here.
They're down one. So they're only being sued by one person currently, unless there's still their other lawsuit from Dingbat Rachel over there.
Wait a minute. I forgot about her.
Yeah, there was that.
She's suing
suing them, but that was like from 2 months ago. Who knows what's happening? It's all so insane. Just make it end, make it stop.
Please.
And Vanderpump Rules nominated for an Emmy. Yeah.
I am so happy.
They deserve it. They really do.
They deserve it. It was a great season. I think the standout were two people, in my opinion. It was Ariana and Katie. I think they really brought that up a notch. And of course the others too. But and I have to say, I like every cast member on Vanderpump Rules, except Sandoval is like at the way bottom.
He's so gross.
Okay,
he's in the OOOG. He's like the original guy.
Yeah, he is.
Like. He's been on there for 11 years. Can you imagine? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
But it's taken these people to places where they would have never gone. Sandoval would be putting, mustard on a sub somewhere, who knows? Like, who knows?
But we'll say, you know what? I'll say it this way. Wonderful ensemble cast.
Yes.
And I hope it stays. I hope Ariana, I hope everybody returns.
I think they're going to out another season.
Yeah. They're taking a pause. They're taking a breath. I hope they all come back. Yeah.
Go live your life.
Yeah.
And do we want to just mention it was $1 Million Listing too?
It was. It was Wednesday. On 2 nights ago.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
Well, give me your little takey away.
I'll say one big takeaway. First of all, it was a great episode. Really enlightening on what's going on in the real estate market in general.
Oh, good.
So, both our husbands are in real estate. So we have a keen interest in real estate.
Yeah.
And I love, and you do too. We love real estate shows. Love them. So, but it was very good insight into what's going on in the real estate market, and the troubles that are going on in the real estate market. But a big standout was that the two Joshes are not talking, but they did in this episode have a meeting, and it looks like they're on the mend, their friendship. So that's always good, and I knew that was going to happen anyway.
Of course, it was just over something stupid.
Yeah,
I mean, do you remember like a few seasons, like I don't know if it was even 5 seasons ago, whatever, when he slapped him.
Yeah.
Remember Josh Flagg slapped Josh all.
They showed a recap of that in this past episode.
Yeah, where you gave
it happened in 2014.
He was like, you should 15. Be upset. Your grandmother did this and you're a piece of you blah blah blah.
He was like his grandmother.
Mm-hmm. Come on, the woman again, we've said it, but
she's
founded polyester, brought it here to the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that.
What a powerhouse.
Unbelievable.
Was. Yeah. And I loved it when she was on the show. Absolutely loved it.
I did too. Little Edith. And she lived next door to the handlers, the Barbie. They called it the Barbie penthouse.
Her penthouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Barbie and then Josh and him were selling the Barbie penthouse.
Right.
I don't know if they ever sold it.
And Josh used to live in that building too, didn't he?
I mean, Josh is like literally like an 80-year-old woman.
No,
I mean, he's basically his grandmother. Yeah. Like all his.
And he loves older people. He loves older people.
Yes, he does. But he's,
Mm-hmm.
He is.
I will say one thing they did mention in this past episode, too, speaking of older people, they were talking about that there was an article out that Tori Spelling is upset with Josh Flagg because she's jealous of his relationship with Candy Spelling.
Oh, well, that
because him and Candy I think they're like BFFs.
They are. They go to Costco together.
Yeah, they go to Costco. They go on trips together. I think they travel. They're like they love each other.
So odd, though, isn't it?
But he just loves older.
He loves women,
older females. Yeah, like as friends. So. But Tori's jealous of this. That was the article out. I don't know.
God bless. I mean, God bless.
But they talked about it in this episode. It was very good.
I love that, though. I mean, could you imagine going into Costco and seeing those two?
Oh, my God.
Like, wait, is that Aaron Spelling, Tori Spelling's mother. Is that Josh Flagg? Are they hemming and hawing over the 3-pound mustard?
Couldn't you see them strolling down an aisle in Costco? I could.
Let's get the 40-pound thing of napkins, instead of the 80 pounds of Heinz ketchup should work, right? Unbelievable. All right,
love it.
Now, should we roll?
Yes.
Into
OC
episode 2.
Yep. It was called Rent and Reputations.
Oh my.
It was all about.
Oh my.
Yeah. It was.
Oh my.
It was good. It was a lot to cover.
There's a lot going on. Yeah. It wasn't as spicy margarita as last week.
It was spicier last week.
It was spicier. But
it was still good.
It's ebbs and flows. A lot of info packed into one episode.
Oh yeah. They really did. Yeah.
So what? We pick it up with Shannon.
Luncheon.
I love Shannon Bedore at the end though, just looking at the camera and going, perfect. Perfect. That's going to be a meme that will go on forever. It's just going to be Shannon going, perfect. Just how I wanted
she
that to go.
She had her composure together
I love Shannon,
under the storm that she's in the middle of, and she just goes, perfect.
And her name is Shannon Storms Bedore.
Yes. So that's a perfect name.
So I thought Alexis was like after, because now it's the aftermath of their little, of their little showdown. I thought she was weird and wired. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
Like, go away. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Look, here's the thing. I think that Alexis makes a great addition for the season because it's going to drum up a lot of stuff and, make it spicy.
Of course.
So I'm happy she's on for that reason. But yeah, going back to what you were saying, she did not conduct herself very well after that, in my opinion. She said a lot of unnecessary things in front of Shannon.
Stupid.
Which she really didn't have to say.
Yeah.
If she was a lady.
But she's so
she
immature.
Quite being a lady.
She's so immature.
She is.
And then she
And Shannon is mature, but not Alexis.
Yeah, no. Alexis, and she's like, I want to be a Christian. And then so they did that wishing wall thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they did that wishing wall. But what I thought was funny when Emily said to Jenn, she's a whole nother ball of wackadoo and dum-dum. Like, oh my.
Jenn Pedrati, who we didn't bring up last week at all. I realized it after. I said, we didn't even talk about
because
Jenn.
she was not worth bringing up. Now,
yeah, this episode, she's got a lot.
Oh, she might be, like, she's setting women back so far. She's 48 and her papa daddy is paying for her I can't even. But I did want to say something funny when Emily said right in the beginning, and they're still at the party, and there was that wishing wall, and she was like, "Oh, like you make a wish or something," and Emily's like, "I'm gonna wish a house for you." I was like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, Emily's so classic, like classico.
Oh my God! Well, and I mean, she really had to mean it because she really doesn't have a house.
Oh my God. And
I mean,
but I think she was being a little snarky because it's put Gina in this terrible position.
Yeah, Gina.
And then so Gina's off to the side, like, I go out of my way to be a nice person, and I get beaten the ass for it. I get beaten the ass.
Yeah.
And I feel bad because Gina, vouched for her.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. And she's brand new to the real estate industry, so she has a reputation to build.
Yeah, like that's
right?
now
like
she's trying to build this
start.
book, and she's trying to build up, and then now the person that you vouch for and they didn't even do a credit check on.
Yeah. Yikes.
Ooh, bad. I am all team Gina.
And like Jenn, Gina needs the money. The way she's talking about it.
She does.
Jenn's got her financial hardships, so does Gina.
Gina was in Jenn's position.
Yes.
Not a year or two ago.
Yeah,
and in Shannon's position, the DUI, the whole the divorce, the thing, and like she's like just trying to, take care of her kids, and I'm sure she's getting alimony or whatever, or palimony. What is it?
Child support.
Child support.
Yeah.
What did I say? Palimony.
Palimony.
Palimony is what you pay the man. I think.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah. I don't know. All of a sudden, my 2 brain cells just divorced. They just had their own divorce, and I have no idea. But I do it's it's alimony, palimony. I think it's what you pay him.
Yeah.
And he pays you alimony.
Here's what I'm going to say as a guess. Palimony might be when you're not married, but you're suing for some kind of support. Maybe I'm wrong, because alimony I think is when you're married and you are divorcing, and one spouse is paying the other.
If anybody out there knows the difference between alimony and palimony, please let us know.
Please.
We don't have our Googler. Our executive producer, Steve, husband Steve, is outside sawing wood at the moment.
Yes.
So he's
doing woodwork.
He's got 4,000 things going on at once. So I don't know.
I want to talk about one thing that Shannon was saying. She was talking about, when Shannon had to get up and excuse herself from the table, and then Tamra goes out to, because of Dum Dum.
Because she was like saying, I don't want to say anything, but we have sex twice a week. No, twice today.
Twice today.
Whatever.
Well, that's not the best thought to have in one's mind.
Ew, nobody wants to picture you.
Do we really want to picture Frankenstein having sex with Alexis?
Ew.
Oh my God.
Ew.
So, yikes. No.
Sorry.
Yes.
And she's just so gross about it. She's just such a little child.
And we don't need to hear about their sex life. I'm sure you're having sex all day long, but we don't have to hear about it. No,
go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. When Shannon left, and who comes behind her but Tamra, because Tamra's saying, I really do still care about Shannon. So it's a little confusing with Tamra. What is her feelings towards Shannon? Is she mad at Shannon? Is she not mad at Shannon? But then when Shannon was saying that they were texting each other when the whole John-Alexis relationship came out, and then Tamra put like some clapping emojis for Alexis.
Oh, right.
Right? And then Shannon texted her and says, I wouldn't have put clapping emojis if that happened to one of my friends. And then Tamra said, grow the fuck up.
Right.
Okay.
So
that was a little harsh on Tamra's side.
I agree, but I think that Tamra, I just think that she didn't really support Shannon. And she was saying, she's like, well, what's your problem? I think all Tamra really wants, which is what she said, like, is an apology.
An apology.
Like, let's move forward. I just want to apologize. It doesn't sound like it's the beef to end all beefs. You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds stupid.
Let me ask this. There's probably apology for a couple of things, but what's the main reason of the apology?
I don't.
We got to figure that out, right?
Maybe it's because of this whole thing that she says. When they have their little meet up in the hallway.
Yeah.
And she says, like, well, what's the problem? And she's like, well, Shannon. Shannon says to Tamra, look, we had to always make Tres Amigas around your schedule.
Okay.
And she's like, you're saying this about me. You're saying that I'm the top and I'm this and I'm that. And I think that's the beef. Like the Tres Amigas was, she was saying it's all about you, Tamra. We have to do everything around your schedule. And then she was talking probably shiznit over to Vicky. And, God knows, there's so much water under the bridge with these ladies. It could be really anything from 3 seasons ago.
Right. It could be 20 things.
But I think now.
But it's 20 things that built up to like a big thing where Tamra just said, I just don't want to deal with her anymore. I think, of course, the final straw was that Shannon seems to be lying about her drinking. After the DUI, which really bothered Tamra, who's thinking that she's in complete denial.
Right.
And she's still doing her bad habits. And Tamra's had enough.
And even when she was talking to Eddie, like when her and Eddie were like eating wings or whatever, she was like, well, what about Shannon? And she was like, you know what? I'm all right with that, but I just can't have it in my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
It's just too much stress and I'm choosing me and
blah,
blah, blah.
And Eddie rightfully said, it's not your problem. Stop to Tamra. Like, why are you taking this on, like internalizing this so much like it's your problem? He's 100% right. You got to let it go. So they're in a weird spot, Tamra and Shannon.
Yeah.
Right. And I think Shannon is more pissed at Tamra than Tamra is at Shannon.
Yeah.
Shannon is just like,
well, she's done.
Yeah, like, I'm done with you for now.
I don't know what you want. I don't know what you're doing. And I was like, oh my God.
Complicated relationship.
And then I was like, look at the heels on Shannon. But
I saw them too. Those were like platforms.
Oof, they were tall. And she has a nice set of legs, I'll say.
She looks great.
And then all the height.
Yeah.
Definitely helps.
Yes.
But wait, so then they go, I think they go back in and she's like, Alexis, they were doing that wishing well thing. Yeah, Alexis was like, I wish for Shannon and I to move forward. And then Shannon's like, no. Yeah. No, you can't have it both ways, honey.
No, she's right.
You can't talk to me because she's like, I need to be a Christian. Yeah. See, I like when Alexis just throws in being a Christian when it's convenient. It's like, and she said, if you're being a Christian, you wouldn't have spoken to me the way you spoke to me outside.
Right.
I mean, honestly, Alexis is such a puny adversary for someone who's so tall. Like, she's so puny. Like, I don't know Shannon Bedore. She's just.
Yeah.
You could just like flick her away like a little dandelion spore. And she'll just disintegrate. You know what I mean? Like, she's not mean. She's just like a baby.
Yeah.
She's like a 16-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Defending her man who she's having, sex with 2 times just today already. It's
little whiner, a little bratty.
Yeah, just like annoying.
Yeah, I know.
I like that Shannon was licking that booth.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. And then she was like, what do you want or something? And so she's like, I want less people talking shit about me behind my back. So I was like, all right, Tamra, you get your little thing in there. Oh, wait.
Oh, and you know what I like too?
Promise ring.
It was called a dunch. So does that mean it was
I didn't catch
brow
that.
plus lunch equals dunch?
I didn't even hear that.
I just saw that. I said, dunch.
Wait, where did you see that?
When they were first introducing the scene where they were going to go to the table and sit down and eat.
I didn't see that. That's hysterical.
I saw it dunch. It was cute.
That is cute.
That's a Heather thing.
That's a Heatherism.
Big
of course.
time.
Let's go to a dunch. Jabro lunch.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that again. From the Dum Dum Lollipop situation that Alexis is. She's like, well, this, they were checking out her ring or whatever because Heather was like, oh, what's your most prized possession? She's like, my original engagement ring from Terry.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they show it, which was absolutely stunning. Huge. I mean, beautiful.
Yes.
It looked like an old Cardi. It was probably a family heirloom. Who knows?
Right.
But then she's showing her promised ring that she got from John Jansen. And then she was like, it's a promise ring. And she's like, no, it's promised. She's like, who knows? It could be promised from God. It's like, she's so dumb. And then the little new one, Katie
she's like, where's the D? Except what she's getting every day.
Yeah, exactly. She said, it's promised and promised. It's just a D. And D is what she's apparently getting. I was like, Katie.
See,
I love
like
you,
her.
Katie. Katie is funny.
Yep.
She's funny and she's new.
She's spunky.
Yeah,
I do like
her
her personality.
She's easy.
She's easy. Well, even Emily said she's got a calm energy. She does. I like her.
Yeah. So
nice mix to the group.
Yeah, she's a good mix. She's a good mix. And she did meet them under, duress. The NFL of tea, as she said.
Yes.
Under duress circumstances with the whole, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Good.
Let's move to
okay, we're going to
Katie's family. Yeah. That was nice. She's got some kids left over from another marriage.
So she's Korean. She was adopted.
Golf.
By American parents. Right.
Golf.
Sorry. And she met with the golf.
I love golf too. I would be.
So she was like a sports journalist, and then she focused on golf, and that's how she met her husband.
Right.
And they have like a bit of a blended family, beautiful children. They showed her older daughter, an adorable boy.
Nice.
His
family.
name is Brandon.
Brandon.
Very, very nice.
Nice
and
family.
They met. So I think what Katie also said, which I found was interesting, was that she first met Heather through Sutton. Of
course.
And Heather did one of these like side looks and turned her head.
Right. And
so
even she said
kind of snubbed Katie.
Yeah, she said it last week too. Like she's like, I've met Heather before.
Yeah.
But this is the first time she said hello to me.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
Heather.
Yeah. So she's pulling it out. They're gonna have some things going on this season. I'm curious to see where it goes.
But Heather's just like can be a snit. I think. I think she's overall good. I really do.
No, I like Heather.
I like her too.
I always liked her.
But she just can be like a snit.
Yeah.
And she's crafty enough to do it in a way that's not really going to get her in trouble, but just enough for somebody to throw out like a snarky comment. You know she's looking you up and down. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Course. We know Heather do brow. Oh, sorry, do brow. Not do brow. Never say do brow.
But I always feel for her when some of the ladies start ganging up on her. Last season, she got ganged up on somewhat. And then when those things happen to Heather, I'm always getting in her corner.
Trust me.
Oh, come on, leave her be.
She can handle it.
She's not a bad person.
She can handle it.
Yeah.
Trust me when I say.
She's a tough cookie.
Trust me when I say.
Yeah.
All right. Then we do this little flag football scenario where they did. Oh, my God. She was like, I don't understand. She's like, Gina, this is Emily. She's like, I don't understand. She's like,
voice.
Gina sits home and eats gummy bears all day. And I was like, where did she go from her being athletic to eating gummy bears all day? Like being mad that she's athletic. Is the gummy bears making her athletic? Like, that's what I mean about Emily. Like,
the things that she comes
a little woohoo.
Yeah.
But love her.
Oh, I really love her.
I am really falling in love.
Yes.
With Emily.
Oh, I know.
I really am. I've never really
I love her.
Taken to her like this, but for some reason she's really like
she was getting me last season. I was really starting to like her. And this season I'm like, she's up to a great
cool.
I like her. Yes, she's cool. She is funny.
So the big takeaway there was Shannon apologizing.
Yes.
And being real.
Yes.
You know, and apologizing, saying, look, I'm really sorry. And I like that Shannon's doing that.
If we go back, it was Jenn, Shannon, and Katie, and they were taking a walk. They were talking.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah. I skipped over that whole, but I was like, what? About the teeth.
About the teeth. Yeah, that was good. And then going to you, it was that she genuinely apologized to Gina when she was together with Gina, right?
Yeah, because that was nice. I mean, listen, Shannon is on the apology tour.
Yeah.
Shannon's on the I'm been humbled tour.
Yeah.
But at least she's on the tour.
Yeah.
And she realizes like, ooh, this is a big mess. I was kind of a jerk.
Yeah.
To Gina.
Yeah.
And I'm going to apologize and say I'm sorry. I mean, it was kind of a human moment. Like,
yeah,
it's so manufactured.
It was very genuine.
Right. It's so a lot of it is so manufactured. I feel like these apologies, like apologize. Oh, I'm gonna apologize. Well, I'm really sorry. Can we move on?
Yeah.
You know, like that was a genuine. Like, look, I'm sorry. You were in that situation, and I wasn't so nice.
Yeah,
and I was judging you, and that's not what she said, but that's what it sort of meant.
Yeah.
So I thought that was nice.
I think it's, you know what it is with Shannon. It's like, now that I have literally been through what you went through, and now I know, you know, it was like, I think it's humbling for her, you know, and she's really like had to take a lot of self-reflection, Shannon. You know, she's doing community service, you know, all these things that she went through with her DUI and what happened with her.
Yeah.
It's just, that's where the genuine, I am so sorry, with crying and everything. And it got me emotional.
Well,
I was getting emotional watching it. And Gina was getting emotional.
Yeah, it was nice to see them
really did appreciate it.
And it was nice to see them getting along for once. Like just being normal. Like you got to pick and choose those real moments out of there.
You do.
So much of it is like, okay.
So, you know, Emily and Gina are a solid team. Like they're really good friends. And Shannon's coming into that friend fold there. So I think that's where she's going to find her alliance a little bit, because she really doesn't have Tamra.
Right. It's funny how they flip-flop though.
And Jenn is also folding in with Shannon. Like they're forming a nice little friendship.
Yeah.
So, and I'll also add, I think Shannon and Katie look like they're going to get along. So Shannon's getting a little bit of
Shannon has to go to the outliers now.
Yeah,
because she's like, Tamra is like, no.
Tamra's and I think Heather's sort of like neutral. Like Heather might be Switzerland on that show. So, and you know, it's just, so she's off to a good season, I think, Shannon, in terms of forming her friendships. So then we go to Tamra. She's talking really quick about she's got her house in Big Bear, and then she's got her house
Eddie
in the OC with Eddie.
Yeah, that's what we mentioned, that, you know.
But
I did find it interesting in that conversation that Eddie said about when she was telling him about the Jenn situation and the house and the Gina thing.
Yeah.
And he said, well, if you surround yourself with liars, you become a liar. So I'm taking it that Eddie really does not appreciate Ryan.
Yeah. I think what they're basically saying is the problems that Jenn is having, Ryan is part of those problems or causing some of those problems. But I don't know.
Was he paying her rent? Like, the whole thing is so ridiculous to me. Like, she's just another airhead. Like, but like, it's been 4 years since this divorce.
Yeah.
And like, you're kind of doing a yoga class here and there. It's $50 a class.
Yeah.
Gina is so right.
It's kind of interesting. She owns this yoga studio. Okay. So she owns this business. This is her business. I was reading about it a little bit.
Talk to me.
So she does, this yoga place is her place.
Okay.
And and it's $50 a class. Now, I don't understand. Like, she gets paid $50. It's her business. I don't know.
Does she rent
that
it out?
part?
Well, you got to pay your instructors, but
it's a little confusing.
She's not making any dough. But if you're 48, and you are 4 years divorced now.
Yeah.
So listen, if anybody's going to have empathy for her, it's going to be Gina.
Yeah.
Again, Gina was in this situation, right? And she's like, I really do feel for her. I was there.
Yes.
But she's like, and Tamra too, she's like, I was there, but she's like, I went out and worked immediately and got money coming in. Like, it's been 4 years, this woman, and she's still daddy. Because they showed her in the house moving in with Ryan. And by the way, Ryan, who just lives
a beautiful house.
Yeah, it's massive. Like, whoa. Like, what does Ryan do? She's like, I don't know.
Like, he was like really work right
real estate. He just like lets the sun shine on him and lives the good life. I'm like, well, why aren't you then?
Something
doesn't seem right there. It's kind of got Louis Ruelas vibes. Like, what? I don't know.
He is a little like Louis.
I don't know.
Where you're kind of like, where is this guy coming from?
But he definitely has the house, and that ain't no cheap house in Newport.
It's a big enough house for her and her kids. She's got like 4 kids.
She's got a bunch of them. She's got a whole gaggle. I'm like, well, who are these kids?
Does he have kids? I don't even know.
But that scene, honestly, listen, it's nice that your parents are there for you. Of course, your parent is always your parent. But at 48 years old, this woman is crying to daddy. Like, I was like, this needs to stop. This is embarrassing.
What I think it is that when she was married and her husband had his own business and there was a lot of money from that. And I guess since the divorce, he's still been paying for many things. But the payment kind of went away. Now I'm thinking, did the payments from him kind of go away because she's in this, profile relationship right now with this guy, Ryan, who maybe it's a problem. I don't know. I don't know.
But all I know is if
that's why she got evicted. Her husband was paying the rent, and it was $24,000 a month. That's what I think the rent was.
So I was going to say, was it $24,000 a month? I thought that's just what she owed.
Okay.
In total.
I heard it was $24K a month.
I'm sure it could be $24K.
Yeah, for a big house with the kids out there.
Yes.
That sounds right. And I think he just stopped paying. And I don't know if she wasn't paying attention to that.
Well, they're $50.
Yeah, her income could never
disaster
take care of that.
All I know is
her
the
parents
disaster.
Her parents had to help her out, but she did wind up getting evicted. And the thing that Gina was talking about that upset her was that she posted her eviction on Instagram. So she made it very public on Instagram that she was getting evicted, which is going to bring attention
or that
to
she was moving
Gina.
out. That she was moving out. Didn't even tell that she had to leave the house.
Okay, there you go.
And Gina was like, "Oh,
what?
Whoa.
The thing
I put my neck out for you.
Yeah, I put my neck out for you. And the other thing, one thing I couldn't follow quite with what Gina was saying was Gina lost out on a $50,000 commission.
Because I'll tell you.
Okay.
Because Gina had maybe it was the same agent that got her in that house. She had to call this agent. She had a cash offer. She had to move something and she was ready to go, but the agent wouldn't call her back because of this situation. So she's like,
scandal.
Right. Because why would I want to deal with Gina now? She brought me somebody who won't pay the rent.
Okay.
So now I'm going to take her cash buyer? No way.
Yeah.
So she's like, that cost me $50,000. That was probably going to be her commission.
I see.
And
this is why she's so concerned about her reputation, and rightfully so.
Oh, I think I am.
Rightfully
and by the way, when Jenn was on Watch What Happens Live in the polls, she got reamed in the polls. Jenn was like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And Ryan Serhant, I thought, was very classy when he said, what do you think about this or whatever? And he said, well, I just like to live by like friends don't let friends get evicted. Was he saying that like Gina should have paid the $24K a month for her?
I don't know what he meant
because Ryan could cover that easily. But I was like, but it was nice that he said that. I mean, he was making her feel better.
Yeah.
But I think this woman is such a dipstick.
Yeah.
Like she's just dumb and stupid, and she's still like
she's a little airy.
She's a little airhead. Sorry.
Yeah, there is.
Sorry, but
she sometimes. Do you notice when she's staring? Sometimes she sort of stares out blankly. She has like a blank stare sometimes.
Oh my!
I do notice that about her. I don't dislike her. Okay,
she's got
she's an interesting in the cast. She's an interesting addition.
Wind tunnel.
Yeah,
there's a wind tunnel in between those 2 ears, baby. But so, God bless her. You got to take care of those.
Watch What Happens Live. She's still in the house with Ryan.
Yeah, and things are going well.
They're going strong, and the kids are okay. So. All right, good for them. It's moving forward.
We have to take care of those who can't take care of themselves.
Yes. I also will move on, but I'll also say one thing I was reading was that she did get a very nice settlement from her ex.
I'm sure she did.
So she's got some very good money.
So why isn't she
coming her way? No idea.
It's been 4 years. Like, come on now. Are we on the Polly divorce train? Polly's only 3 years into his fucking divorce. What the hell? She should call Polly and he'll say, fuck it, Jenn. God damn it. So,
Polly
anyway.
and Jenn should meet.
They should meet.
Then we show Heather and Shannon meeting for a dinner at a beautiful place.
Yeah, that was, OC is beautiful. It's on the ocean.
Is on the water.
It's gorgeous. Newport, if you've never been there, people, and you're looking for somewhere to go there. It's gorge. Oh my God. Have you ever been there, Kristen?
Yes, I have. Yes. Beautiful.
It's stunning.
It is.
It's a beautiful place to live.
And I want to go back.
So Heather's big thing was at the sit down. She wanted to know, did you say it before the reunion that you wanted to take Heather down? Meaning me, Heather.
Yes.
And she was like, Shannon was like, no, Tamra, I guess, told Shannon that they were talking shit about, your relationship. So there you have it.
Yeah.
And then Heather was like, look, I've always been straight with you. Like, why? And she's like, I really do deep down think that Heather is a good friend.
I think she is a good friend. I think Heather is very much about openness and honesty.
Yeah.
So I think that, and we do appreciate Heather for that.
Yeah, no, I like Heather. I really do.
I do. I like her on the show.
I like Heather.
I couldn't imagine the show. She wasn't on the show for a bit,
it wasn't
right? And it didn't work.
Yeah, no.
She was on it.
But there is something, I want to like her like 100%, and I could only get to like 70.
There you go. That's perfect.
You know what I mean? Like there's something in there.
Something
that just makes me sometimes pull back. But then when you see her and like, look, I've always been straight with you. I've always been your friend. Like, and she's like, look, I've talked to Alexis way more this year than I've talked to Shannon. But they also share, like you said, last time, these transgender children. So of course they're going to be together.
They have that common ground. She is going to be in an interesting position because she's friends with Alexis. She's back with Tamra. Tamra and Heather are good. Okay. And then she's got Shannon.
Right.
So she's in this weird spot. Like I said, she might be a tiny bit of a Switzerland roll herself. A little bit.
Well, I like that she was at her party, back at the Dunch.
Yes.
Back at the Dunch. She was like, are you okay, Alexis? And then she went out and checked on Shannon. See, now, there's the classy part of Heather that I like.
Yes.
So she's like, it's really, I don't want to talk about this here. This is my party, and I'm going to make sure all my guests feel comfortable.
Yes. And you do appreciate that.
Yeah. Like I was like, see, that's when I really like Shannon.
Yes.
It's not Heather. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I do too. Yeah. That was perfect.
So.
And then the final look is that the Gina, Emily, and Katie are meeting for lunch, and Gina is still talking about how she's very upset with Jenn. Right? And that leads into...
It's leading to...
Jen and Gina have their sit down, and they have their little powwow. So
first of all, let's just discuss... I loved her, first of all, her look, Gina's look, when she's in the little bejeweled top and she's got the one Dolce & Gabbana hoop on.
Yeah.
Did not have two in there. I think it was just one. Okay. I didn't see two. Maybe her hair was covering the other one.
Yeah.
But in this scene, she's got this cute little hat going.
She looked great.
I was like, in this cute little blazer.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I love that she's sitting there staring at the croissant. She's like, my pants are too tight for me, too. My pants decided to rule against me eating.
That looked really good.
Eating this croissant. Yeah. But I get it. She's pissed because here she walks in.
She's all glammed up.
She's got what is that called? I loved that. What's it called? The blazer. Not the blazer. Her Jenn's vest with the
fashion.
I can't think of it. I can't think of what it's called. But
is it a certain designer or a certain style?
No, it's a certain style. It's the name of the jacket. It's the vest. The vest she had on with the.
But I know what you're talking about.
So frustrating. You've hit 50 and everything flies out of your head. I can't think of the name of the vest she was wearing. But anyway, with
welcome to menopause, right?
Oh my God.
We are both going through, but love it.
Okay,
yeah.
So,
but she looked great.
She's got the hair and makeup glam.
The hair and makeup glam. One thing I'm going to say too, Jennifer is a beautiful woman, and she always looks like spot on, perfect. So, but yeah, she was glammed up. So she's got her financial hardships.
Right.
Gina's
She was like,
what the heck?
Right.
Now, okay.
She's like,
Jen's
even
side,
make it look like you're on hard times.
But on Jen's side, even with everything she's got going on, right? She is on TV. So she's got to look
But learn how to do your own glam. They got her on that also on Watch What Happens Live in the polls. They were like, should you be doing your own glam? Learn how to do it. It was like 100%. She was like, really? And then she was like, listen, just because my whole life is going to shit.
Yeah.
Just because my whole life doesn't mean my hair has to go too. And
yeah.
she was like, not like yours did. And then boom, they shoot to this picture of Gina.
Yeah.
With her bad extensions, like long hair. Like if you're going through a divorce, the best thing you can do for yourself is like cut yourself into like a medium bob. Like don't let the long, gross hair just hang there.
Yeah, that's
look
like
fresh. Like
look as fresh as you possibly can.
Until you're ready to go back to glam
as you possibly
But I love it. She did walk in there just looking so
perfect.
Va-va-voom.
Yes. Like a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where Gina's like, what's going on here?
Right. Why don't you put that money toward your rent?
Gina is an emotional Italian New York girl.
We love that. Meatball.
That with Gina. So, she's got her attitude and it came out. And again, rightfully so.
Oh my God.
So I'm on team Gina.
I am so 180,000% team Gina.
Totally.
And listen, I get it. I feel for this woman. Plus, she's never had to really she's a beautiful little blonde.
Yeah.
She's always probably had a man taking care of her.
I think so.
And it's really for these women that never had to really cultivate anything other than just being their man's girl.
Yeah.
I feel like Jenn is setting us back though, 75,000 years, with daddy paying for the rent and then moving in with the boyfriend. It's like, oh God, Jenn, come on now, girl. So we're rooting for you. I don't want to kick her when she's down. Let's root for her.
Yeah.
That she turns this yoga studio into I don't know. They start doing lamb and llama yoga and goat yoga. Do something and make it happen. But even so, Gina was saying she could do this, she could do that. Have yoga on the beach.
Yeah.
Do something. And plus, she's now a housewife. Leverage that.
Yes, of course.
Leverage it because Gina's probably getting so many clients because they want to meet Gina from the Real Housewives of Ocean County.
Of course.
I just said Ocean County. I'm turning into Biden again.
That's okay.
Real Housewives of Orange County.
That's okay. It's a simple mistake. They're on the ocean. We always think of it like that.
What is happening?
But I think that Jenn's getting into a good spot. Like we said, she got this settlement now. So it looks like financially she's getting back on her feet.
Come on, Jenn.
That's good. And I think Gina's going to be a powerhouse realtor.
Oh, yeah.
So she'll make it. She's got the guts. She's got the gusto. She'll be great.
And I hope that realtor watches the show and sees that how mad she is. And anybody would know.
Yeah.
And then she was like, but I do like when Gina said, and we'll wrap it up after this, but she said her inability to see how this has affected me tells me all I need to know about her, that she's stupid. You know what I mean? And she was like, enough with this girl. She was pissed. And I get it. And Gina, keep on keeping on, girl.
Yeah, keep on keeping on.
Keep on.
Yep. So this episode had a lot of Gina in it and Jenn. It had very little Alexis in it. So it's really showing this is her friend role. She's not going to be a big part of every episode, I think, Alexis. But of course, they're going to throw her in.
Are you kidding? She's going to be
she is going to this flag football event.
Which is happening next week because it's all around.
Yeah.
It's Super Bowl time.
Yes.
So they're shooting this in January. Look at how beautiful it is in the OC in January. Right. That's what I miss about living in LA.
Yeah.
Just
the weather.
February. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. It does rain. It is rainy season in February for 3 weeks. And then it's over. Yeah. And it never shows up again.
So
little
nice.
drizzles. There. All right, listen. So we are done for today.
We are.
Second pod in 1 week.
Yep.
We've got a lot happening. Listen, so we're going to be back. We're down to the penultimate episode, right?
Yes.
Of Jersey.
Yep, we got 2 more left.
We'll be back with Jersey. Follow us if you can on Littler Podcast, LITLR, Ladies in the Living Room, LITLR Podcast. I got it right this time. Yeah. And Ladies in the Living Room on YouTube. And I think we're done for today.
We are.
All right.
We'll see you early next week.
We're out from the living room. And have a great day.
Everyone have a good weekend.
Bye.